Hey everyone, it's Mario Vegas and welcome back to Tank Zone. Today we will gonna take a look at ZTL-11, which is a Tier 9 Chinese premium tank destroyer. There are a lot of good things inside this machine and a lot of things to talk about. It can be set in two different ways depending on installed gun. This machine has 105mm cannon and 125mm cannon. This vehicle has a flash suppression kit which gives you camo penalty from shooting a reducement by 50%, same reduction minus a 50% camo penalty from motion and additional camo factor increasement by 2%. All this is good. Another one good upgrade module is fire control system sensors that reduces the accuracy penalty from firing and traversing the hull. Improved stabilized drives gives you overall accuracy while moving, improvement by 40%. Improved thermal image gives you ability to spot targets behind foliage with improvement by 30%. Good for spotting something. And improved suspension gives you movement speed on off-road surfaces, increasement by 20%. Well, would you agree that all these upgrade modules gives you a good and valuable advantages in different situations for this machine? Another good thing about this vehicle is that this one has two special abilities. Zero in ability, which decreases your accuracy nearly by 25%, increases your rate of fire and camouflage factor, and makes your vehicle stationary. Acceleration, hull traverse, and maximum speed decreases by 100%. That means activating this special ability, you cannot move. Well, however, this ability can be useful if you most of the time target opponents in medium ranges and in situations when they're closing in and you must increase your camo factor. Well, it can be handy. However, in my opinion, stealth is much more valuable special ability for tank destroyers because it increases camouflage factor by 30%, even more. Acceleration and maximum speed decreases by 70%, but still you can move around your vehicle, especially, for example, this one, which have a minus 7.5. It is alright gun depression, but still in some situations probably you will gonna be required to move your vehicle in your position a little bit around to get a better aim at a target. Let's take a look and make summary about pros and cons before we set up this vehicle with retrofits and crew skills and things like that. Pros regarding 105mm gun. Good penetration. It's actually, if we compare this vehicle to other counterparts, it's second highest between 8 to 10 wheel tank destroyers. Well, do your math yourself. What do you think? It's great. Good DPM. It's highest per tier 8, 9, and 10. Again, for wheel tank destroyers. And excellent reload time for same tiers and same vehicle class. Okay, accuracy overall okay, even for 125mm cannon, it's all right. Regarding 125mm cannon, it has great penetration and damage rates, best per tier 8 and 9 wheel tank destroyers. Ammunition versatility, even anti-tank guided capability on this tank destroyer. Good mobility, 99 kilometers per hour maximum speed, and well, average acceleration, but overall it's good, not bad, and the vision is okay as well. Actually, it's second best pet tier 8 to 10 wheel tank destroyers. Well, and great turret vessel. Well, lot of pros, lot of good things, a lot of good modules inside of this vehicle, yeah, and the special ability, and yeah, it's great. So far, it's great, and but let's take a look at cons. There is a one main con, and it is its vulnerability against pretty much any ammunition type except probably HE ammunition. Turret is quite well protected. It's quite alright, but hull it's still vulnerable. It is something to bear in mind. Regarding 125mm cannon, longish reload time, around 6 seconds, bit more than 6 seconds, 6.4 seconds by stock stats. HE and heat ammo accuracy is not very satisfying. You should be careful with 125mm HE and heat ammunition if you target the opponent in a long distances. And longish aim time 2.13 seconds by stock stats. But all these can be very much improved by picking right crew skills and picking right retrofits for this wonderful vehicle. What do you think? Okay, let's set up this vehicle for 105mm cannon. Let's pick 105mm cannon, and let's pick skills. I will not pick skills on screen. I will just tell you my choices. Okay, for drive, I would suggest off-road driving. And this one, off-road driving, to increase chances for speedy relocations, retreats, and maneuvers like that, because mobility on this tank destroyer is actually its protection. If you have a very thin armor on your vehicle, you should think maybe then its protection can be its run away from opponents, right? Another skill for drive, I would suggest field repair, which will increase track. We don't have tracks, but it will increase wheel repair speed. Sorry, it will decrease repair speed by 25%, which again is good because it will increase chances to be decrease chances to be destroyed while you are slow, because these wheeled tank destroyers, and not only tank destroyers, it doesn't matter what kind of vehicle it is. If it's wheeled vehicle in this game and your wheel has been destroyed, vehicle gets tremendously slow while this wheel will be repaired. So, and during the time you will be very easy and lightly protected target. For gunner, I would suggest quick draw to improve aim time. Another skill for gunner, I would suggest sharpshooter to increase precision by decreasing the maximum spread by 5%. Before we start with the retrofits, let me say some words about consumables. For now, you can see there is a fire extinguisher, but it should be tested on the field if this vehicle doesn't catch fire so frequently, and its engine has only 8%, if I remember right. Yeah, fire chance on this engine is 8% only. So if it's tested on a field and it proves that this vehicle doesn't catch fire frequently, then fire extinguisher can be exchanged for I would suggest energy drinks, which will give another 5% additional boost for any crew member skills for traversing speed, terrain resistance, aim speed, turret traverse, and anti-tank guided missile accuracy, plus 5% boost. Regarding retrofits, I would like to start with the paint, which will give us plus 8% camouflage factor bonus, pushing up our camo factor up to 45%, which is much needed for a stealth. Next, I would suggest telescopic lenses to push out our vision for 70 meters, and optics, which will increase our vision range by 35 meters. Basically, plus 105 meters vision range while we stationary, or 35 meters on the move. And when we will be stationary, and we will be stationary from firing position most of the time with this vehicle, it will give us 515 meters vision range, making this vehicle self-sufficient for spotting targets. Not 100% self-sufficient, we will still will not have maximum vision range, but it will be a good vision range on this vehicle. And last retrofit, I would suggest this one, active IR optics, which will give us spotting through the foliage increasement by 60%. However, foliage camo factor will decrease by 20%, but not to be worried about this foliage camo factor decreasement, because I suggest to pick stealth special ability, which will give us camouflage factor boost by 30% when it's activated. As a commander with this setup, I would suggest Andrei Zaitsev to increase camo ratings even more, making us pretty much invisible, because if we activating stealth, it will give us 30%, which will give us 67% plus 8% from paint, and it will give us 75% camo rating, which is great. And Andrei Zaitsev will increase that camo rating even more than 10%. It will be nearly 90% camo rating. Well, our tank destroyer with this setup will be practically invisible. In my opinion, this 105mm gun setup makes ZTL-11 quite a good, highly stealthy fire platform with self-sufficient spotting capabilities. What do you think about that? And now let's set up this vehicle for 125mm gun. For a crew, I would suggest the same skills as for 105mm gun, so I will not repeat that. For retrofits, I would suggest breech or improved barrel lining to improve reload time, because with this 125mm gun, we must fight back aim time, reload time, and accuracy as much as possible. Next one, I would suggest improve the muzzle reference system on this tank to improve accuracy. Paint to increase concealment, and telescope to push out vision. Plus 70 meters will be 480 meters with the telescope when we stationary. Plus 8% camo, plus all these bonuses, what we talked about, the camo as well. Special ability stays the same. And for commander, I would suggest Sabrina. And Sabrina, because this 125mm gun offers bigger damage rates, and Sabrina can give us huge, great module damage rates and boosts. I think this 125mm gun setup makes this ZTL-11, a powerful fire platform with excellent damage rates, optimal camo and optimal spotting capabilities. However, it still will rely on others for spotting. And to be honest, both setups looks like they will work fine. I think I will use both of them depending on my mood for a mood and appetite for a certain gaming session. However, I think that the 105mm gun and its setup would be more appropriate for grinding the vehicle until crew gets to the level 5, because at level 5 your gunner will have 10% aim speed improvement in comparison to 2% what we have at level 1. I suggest when your crew will get to level 5, you may switch to 125mm gun, Sabrina, appropriate retrofits what we talked before, and not worry about aim time anymore so much, and start to wait for bigger explosions and huge DPMs, especially using heat ammunition. Okay guys, what is your opinion about this, in my opinion, very nice tank destroyer? I haven't played this. Well, write your comments down below. This is it for today. Thank you for watching and following Tank Zone. I wish you good luck in gaming, in Armored Warfare gameplay and other tank games as well. And I will see you in a next episode.